just always been drawn to the architecture. I think even when I'm not painting a cityscape, it has a linear kind of architectural quality to it. Growing up far from a city, you always, you think of the romance and the drama of big city living, and there's nothing that beats just going out in the city at night. It's just so appealing and compelling to me. Just sucks you in. Light is everything in a painting. I might not capture a photo reference on my iPhone that has the perfect lighting, but that's okay. I can tweak it and I can play with that. Step in and give it a little spark and a little bit of life and light. What I'm working on right now, Bonfoy Gallery set me up with a client, and it's in a grand office space, so he wanted a big, grand painting. They're in Terminal Tower, so of course that needed to be featured. It's nice to know the location of it, the importance, that it's going to be in Terminal Tower, so we want that featured. Knowing where it will eventually live does help inform what I'm going to give more attention to as I paint, making sure it's definitely the focal point of a somewhat grand painting. And in the painting, in fact, you see it 2 times because it's reflected in the river beneath it. I don't like the brushstroke of the bristles. I prefer it to be a smooth palette knife look. So I use a lot of laminated cards, cardstock, mat board, all kinds of stuff. I did some light sketches just to get the framework out, because sometimes showing the reference photo I've taken on my phone, there's so much visual information there. Like the reference I'm working from, it's an inky black sky, just solid. And it's beautiful, but for me, I would never paint it solid navy to black like that. I want it to have a little more life and breath in it. It's a big boy. It's 100 inches wide by 60 inches tall, and it's gorgeous panorama of the city at night, just as the lights have come on, so there's a lot of sparkle and just energy in the air. It's tied for the biggest that I've ever done. It's fun working that scale. It's great standing up. You can do more fluid motions. I think it absolutely translates into the painting, showing that energy and life, that I want to capture as part of a city. I grew up on a farm in Grafton. It was gorgeous. Grew up right walking distance to my grandparents, aunts and uncles. Had fields, woods, a huge barn to play in, chase barn cats. It's the same farm that my dad grew up on. So the whole family compound, he grew up in the farmhouse he currently lives in, which is kind of cool. My dream as a child was to be an artist. I had wonderful art teachers growing up. My mom and my aunts always did craft shows, and they would paint flat figurines or make wreaths. I saw them doing that when I was too young to maybe take part, and then eventually was kind of invited into the club, and we would get together and work on them. It was usually around the holidays, and being included in, the adult level art stuff felt very special. My Uncle Tom is a wonderful cartoonist, did Funky Winkerbean for 50 years and Crankshaft still. I got to work for Tom, help him out, and actually see the vellum strips he had inked, and I got to color them in, use the actual adult felt tip pen or the Micron pen, and color in Funky's t-shirt. I've been basically documenting the change and growth of the city for the last 10 years. I've got to see Sherwin-Williams go up. I've got plenty of paintings with the crane on top and watching it slowly climb. And now watching all of these new buildings on the riverfront, it's totally changing the paintings and it's changing the lighting. You grow up seeing a romanticized, beautiful painting of Paris or New York. The big cities get all the love, and well-deservedly, they're incredible. But I think people in Cleveland or in a little bit smaller scale cities love seeing their home treated with the same well-deserved honor and glitz and drama. So it's nice getting to treat Cleveland as one of those bigger, grander cities.